Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blastoff.
Victory at Death Starfighters. My name is Carlin Jones, and this is a Starfighter full movie podcast. And today I will be watching. I'm watching a musical today. I am going to be watching the 2012 musical comedy teen college film, however you want to call it. I will be watching Pitch Perfect. Now, let's talk a little bit about this movie and why I was never interested to watch this movie. And I actually like musicals. I've fell in love with Sweeney Todd when I was in high school. The last few years, or probably last year, I like freaking love Mamma Mia because I watched that for the first time. I thought that was awesome. So I don't hate musicals. I actually like musicals. The problem with Pitch Perfect for me is I believe at the time I didn't like Anna Kendrick. I like her now. I think she's pretty cool. But as far as what she is as an actress, here's the thing. I was never interested in watching Pitch Perfect because all of these actors that are in this movie that are so-called starring in it, co-starring, supporting roles, all of these actors are gimmicks. Or that's not the right word. All of these actors are tropes themselves, right? And I'm not talking about characters, like just people who play the same character. Well, actually that is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, you look at Anna Kendrick and you look at all her films, they're exactly the same, right? You look at Rebel Wilson, pretty much plays the same stuff. So back then, and I know this is probably when Anna Kendrick was big and all this stuff, but even years after, and Pitch Perfect blew up, and then people called it a classic, and it's like Anna Kendrick's best movie and all this stuff. I was never interested in watching this. I was like, well, why would I watch her in this if I could just watch Anna Kendrick in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is one of my favorite movies? And why would I watch Rebel Wilson in this when I can just go watch any other mediocre movie that she's done? Although I do like Rebel Wilson. I just like her as I just like that there's a plus size woman in Hollywood actually making movies and actually doing something. Because I believe representation is important, and you really, really don't see that. The only time we did see that was, what was it? I want to say Queen Latifah. Yeah, I want to say Queen Latifah. I forgot who that other actress was from that movie with Sandra Bullock called The Heat. I'm sure she counts too, but I never watched any of her films. But again, Pitch Perfect, it is a musical. I am expecting to hear a lot of catchy Taylor Swift-esque songs. I know there's going to be a little bit of romance. I know it's going to be stupid. You know what? I'm just going to go into this movie and listen, I know this is a chick flick. This is a major chick flick, and I love chick flicks. Grew up with Mean Girls. I just grew up with chick flicks. Grew up with Where the Heart Is. I love stories that are written and made for women to kind of look into the perspective of a woman during films. I love that because it's different. It's unique. Now, again, only thing I'm really hoping with this film is that it makes me laugh. And I don't mean like, oh, that's like really funny, like comedic genius laugh. No, it can be stupid. It can be stupid comedy for all I care. And I don't want the music to annoy me. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. If the music is just like, okay, I can understand why people like this music and why it's catchy and this and that. Or if I just feel like this is just annoying pop music. And I like pop music, but not like it's kind of hard to explain, like that annoying pop music where the chorus just keeps repeating itself. So we'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting watch. Honestly. I am looking forward to see how Anna Kendrick is going to perform in this film, knowing that she plays the same character in every role. However, this is a musical, and I do believe that musicals are her thing. I'm very surprised she hasn't done more musicals in her career. I know there was Into the Forest. No, excuse me. That is an Elliot Page film. Into the Woods. Into the Woods was a Disney musical she did. But that's the only thing I can think of. I looked online and she was nominated for a Tony Award for a musical Broadway that she was in when she was really young. But other than that, I don't know why. Well, I guess musicals aren't that popular in Hollywood. They only make them ever so often. But yeah, all right, so let's get into it. This is the 2012 movie Pitch Perfect. And I will be watching this movie on HBO Max because it is on there. It is the only streaming service that I have found that it is on there. So we are going to start this movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when I was looking up Pitch Perfect, first off, does anyone remember that Disney movie, original Disney movie, Pixel Perfect? Every time I think about Pitch Perfect, I just immediately I say it as Pixel Perfect. And then there was that 90s movie with Jennifer Aniston called Picture Perfect. These are all tongue twisters, and it fills my mind every time someone talks about Pitch Perfect. Elizabeth Banks looks amazing. She has always looked amazing. I loved her in Scrubs. So this is a thing, right? Like this genre of music. I actually listened to, and speaking of Scrubs again, the character, I forgot what character she was playing. I think she was in a relationship, like on the show, not in real life, but on the show, she was in a relationship, I believe, with Ted the lawyer, and she kind of had like this mouse looking face, and she played a ukulele. She has this band, I forgot what the band's called, but it's on my iTunes, and they make cover music, kind of like a spin on cover music. Kind of like this, and I really, really like it. So good. I'm guessing this would be like a real thing, though. That's not funny. Yeah, that was a bit extreme. Why would you tell someone to go kill themselves? And even if you say that jokingly, which sometimes you can, not when someone's about to go perform. What? Why would they need to hit the low notes if they can just sound like this? Listen, I can already tell. I can already tell people listen to the soundtrack on a daily. Oh, wow. Wow. How does that happen? I'm happy that that intro happened. This movie, it told me exactly what this is going to be. I'm expecting some Happy Gilmore humor mixed along with what's a good musical? Like a good mixed along with like catchy Jonas Brothers music, which I do love the Jonas Brothers. Oh, that would have been cool if it would have been like the actors kind of like credits within the stop. Well, I guess not. No. Interesting. So I had a few friends actually who worked on I don't know if they worked on this movie, but they definitely they definitely worked on Pitch Perfect too, because that was filmed down here in Georgia. Speaking of Happy Gilmore, these jokes are not hitting. These jokes are not hitting at all. You know what it is? It's like I don't think these jokes age well, like at all. Rape whistle? You really try to make a joke about a rape whistle? Don't look at me like that. Here come the college stereotypes. Oh, that's so freaking cool. Whoa. Dude, that's really cool. The whole Star Wars get up. Wow, these jokes are not hitting. You ever laugh at something in a movie because it's just not funny? At a record label? It's 2012, right? Yeah, streaming wasn't big back then. But even then, record labels? 2012 was the year where it's like it's the internet that puts your music out there, not the labels, right? Because that was when I started listening to Drake, J. Cole, Big Crit, Big Sean. Yeah, a lot of bigs, obviously. Yeah, but that was like, see, that's the thing. Oh, see, now this is like really starting like a music conversation for me. And I'm not saying the music on this movie's bad, right? Because obviously there's still much more to hear. But what I've heard so far, and like obviously the music she listens to, like dubstep, electronic, whatever. There's a reason why hip hop is like the most popular genre in America right now. And it's because it keeps adapting to what's trendy. If the internet's in, hip hop has always been the first on the internet. Right? You look at rock bands, like obviously probably now they got their shit on SoundCloud or whatever, but like back then they're like, dude, no, like even like right here, like in 2012, even to like up to like 2014, these fools are still handing out like demo tapes and shit. Like, dude, get with the times. How did her boobs look like baloney? She's clearly sweating or leaking or something. I can tell the lighting for this movie I bet it was fun. Just like really big lights and just really big freaking frames in front of them. This must be a movie theater movie. You know how certain movies only like hit really well in the theaters? Yeah, these jokes are not freaking hitting. I don't know if it's like a cultural thing. Yeah. Well, let's talk about it. You know, white people like they laugh at some pretty crazy shit. I don't know if it's like a cultural thing or what. These jokes are not hitting at all. Was this Rebel Wilson's first movie? I want to know. She's like skinny now, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And a friend just told me the other day that she became skinny because she felt like it would help her get more roles and more movies and stuff like that, which I'm sure it will. But the reason why you're so unique and different is because you are plus size. And that's the reason why I was a fan of her. Can't name a Madonna song. Not one. Well, that's a lie. 007 Die Another Day theme is like my favorite theme song, and that's sung by Madonna. Her first role was in 2003 called Fat Pizza. What? Oh yeah, Rebel Wilson was in Ghost Rider. I remember that. Her little scene was like a huge part of that trailer. Yeah, I remember that. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, everyone on this movie so far that I've seen is like super typecast. This is a weird sci-fi. When a lot of whenever a movie stop making sense, I immediately call it a sci-fi because at that point it is. And things don't align right. The science happening around the Earth is not aligning with what should be happening. Or I don't know. It's obviously is this is college humor, like stereotypical college humor. That's dope. I would totally be interested in being in the school radio or the college radio show. And everyone's like a GQ model too. Even what? Why would her dad be a taxi driver? That's like me in elementary school. I was like one of the only few, like literally one of the only few black people in school. And then one random black guy walked into our school and the classmates were just like, "Hey, Carlin, is that your dad?" And like, no, it's not my fucking dad. Was that supposed to be charming? You just came off like super annoying. That's like me in junior high. Interesting tone of scene. Notice, like, I'm sure probably like a day has passed or so, but obviously it was like super bright, orange esque, kind of like a sunset or sun dusk, or the sun's out. Now it's like super cloudy. Wait, what? Oh, a month. I'm about to say, you're missing your first day of school? Like your first class on the first day? What? This entitled brat. That's so funny. How the hell? How the hell are you gonna have your dad who works at the school paying for your tuition and you're just not gonna go to school? You're just not gonna go to class. Am I the only one that finds that disrespectful? Cover your junk. What? What's this song called? So I remember this actress in a movie. I think it came out 2007, 2006, called John Tucker Must Die. She was like a full-on blonde back then, and clearly that wasn't her natural hair color as I'm looking at it now. Or wait, is it? No, it can't be. Is she a redhead? Wow, they really made her try to be a blonde in that movie. So far, that's like the same. That's like the same movie as this. John Tucker Must Die. Yeah, I guess you should be. Okay. Oh look, it's McLovin. You talk about an actor. You talk about top 5 actors who have been typecasted over the last 15 years. The dude who plays McLovin is 100% that. Yeah, this seems like this movie seems like a dream for actors who have been nothing but typecasted, and they're like, "We'll let you play your role, but you can be yourself too." And why wouldn't you? Your team is good. Yeah, she didn't look like a dude, bro. So I never watched Glee, but I'm guessing that I'm getting that kind of vibe from this too. Oh, I just, I don't get it. This is totally a cultural thing. Oh, I know the actor. That actor they just showed. I actually really, really, really like him. He was on a really good Nickelodeon show called, damn, what was that show called? Oh, The Troop. No, The Troop Group. The Troop. Oh, I'm so looking this up. It was about them, like him in high school with two other people, and they like hunt alien monsters, kind of like the Men in Black, only for like kids. It was so cool. Oh, that shit was so cool. I want to say it's The Troop. The Troop. Yeah, that's what it's called. The Troop. Yeah, this show was awesome. I loved it. He was so funny in that show. This is totally like this movie is perfect for people in middle school and in high school, but it's like you can't see it alone. I can tell this is like a complete theaters movie. I can see them sometime. Maybe they probably have, but like releasing this in theaters one day. Okay, do your thing. You know, she could just tap her feet and do that. She didn't have to do that with the cup. Your voice is nice, but the performance was dull as shit. Someone should have said that. Like, you're just sitting down. Come on, you gotta move. Is Benji his roommate? It's a bit weird. So she is a redhead. I think so. I'm gonna be honest with you. Rebel Wilson is is the most attractive woman in this movie. 100%. Because let's talk about it. What else are you like grading these women on? Because they're all just pretty faces, but that's all they have. It's just a pretty face. They don't really have anything else. But Rebel Wilson has like actual a body. At least she has a body. Is this guy doing like his best Paul Rudd impression? Because Paul Rudd is like amazing in romantic comedies. Why do I feel like filming this? Nothing was funny. It was just quiet from the crew workers. Like, is this shit supposed to be funny? See, ginger. She's a ginger, and I just learned recently gingers are redheads. I thought they were two different breeds or two different, you know. Boo! Look at this black dude. What is he dancing to? Okay, yeah, this movie. All these jokes are a fucking miss, dude. I've never seen a movie that jokes miss so hard. Well, actually, I'm lying. Gentlemen Broncos, probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Those jokes were horrible. They literally film a snake for 10 minutes and wait for it to shit all over the character in that movie. It was so bad. See, it's pop music like that. I'm either 50-50 on. Sometimes I don't like it. It just depends. Hunters are girls' name. Why does she look like she's 30? I don't get it. So we can't like have relationships? What? Who? And you know what? I have a friend who said she likes this movie. She says she really likes this movie. I need to talk to a female, and I want to understand why they like it. And I want to talk to a male too. I just want to talk to a lot of people who like it and who don't like it, both of different genders. Because there's a lot of shit to take in at this movie. Victories. I think she spelled victories wrong. She put like an S at the end of it. Oh yeah. The montage of the movie. Gotta love montages. Man, I would have loved to go see this in theaters because and I said this in my other podcast. I love to watch movies and just look how people are reacting to it, especially if it's a movie I've seen before. Because it's something that's supposed to be funny. I would love to see how if people actually laugh at it. They don't laugh. They maybe giggle. They grin. I would have just loved to see how people reacted to this movie. I remember seeing The Hangover a little bit in theaters. I wasn't even 17, and I saw that in theaters. Some people let us in, my brother and my friend, and people were laughing at that movie like it was the funniest thing on earth, and I did not understand it. I was like, this shit is not funny. The Hangover is one of the most overrated comedies ever. It has probably one or two pretty funny moments, but other than that, it's just what is this? Aqua bitches. So who voted her as leader? She didn't do a good job. Women, you know what? Women do love to say that. I remember at a family reunion, I heard one of my cousins say that. She was talking to a group of women about whatever relationship stuff she was going through, and I just overheard her, and she was just like, blah 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 blah. Suck my dick. I was like, wait, what? Grant, I was pretty young when I overheard her say this. I was just like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh no, I don't it's just a figure of speech women say. I was like, I thought that's a figure of speech men say. Barnyard explosion. You have what? These jokes are not fucking hitting. What is going on? I wonder why a woman wasn't asked to direct this movie. This guy is fucking annoying. I'm sorry. Am I the only one getting that vibe? This guy wants to be Paul Rudd so fucking bad. Excuse my language, but he's just so... He looks like a rated G version of Pete Wiz, the bass player from Fall Out Boy. What the fuck are we listening to? Is this what the radio station is? Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, fuck that guy and his radio station. He plays the same music every day and whatnot. Like, bro, start your own radio station. Get the word out on campus. That'll be exciting. Two of those movies can stay. The rest of them can go fuck themselves. I've never seen Rocky. You know what? I think that's going to be an episode. I think we're going to watch Rocky. I've never seen Rocky. Yeah. You not like movies? You like movies? Come on. Oh, well, that means you never found your right movie. Is it? I'm fact checking you. I'm gonna tell this movie to go fuck itself if this shit is wrong. I'm fact checking. I have a language app on my phone as we speak. I'm so checking this. Okay. Let's say German to English. Oh, you better be right on this. Okay. Vader. Oh, wait. I gotta switch that. Vader? It means nothing. It just says Vader. Hold on. What does Vader mean in German? The English word for Vader in German is Vader. Vader is not a German word. The closest is Vader, which translates to as father, is Vader, not Vader. You dumb bit. No, excuse me. I'm you know what? I'm not even. I'm sorry. I apologize on that. Is Vader that means father, not Vader. Again, I know she's not into movies and she wouldn't know that, but I'm huge on Star Wars, or at least I was until that new sequel came out and fucked everything up. But I would have corrected her for like 5 straight minutes. Vader, not Vader. This movie can go fuck itself. This movie, how much time is left? Because I do want to finish it, and I will, obviously. But this movie is like, listen. I'm not. There's not, unless you saw this in theaters and you got like a really good like movie theater experience, which I'm like, movie theater experiences are awesome no matter what the film is. I've seen what's that movie called? Happy Valentine's Day, where like she like time travels, or it's kind of like Groundhog's Day but Valentine's Day, like a horror thing. I saw that. That movie's kind of shit, but I liked it because it helped me grieve over a death that happened that same day, and I just went to go see a random movie. But again, I can see why this is like a really good movie theater experience if you're like with family or like a handful of friends, like in school. Are you kidding me? I get that, but I think and I'm gonna save my final review for the end of it, but there's a lot of subliminal messages that this movie is sending. And I don't think people, especially young people, are aware of what's happening right now. What? She's not stopping. This is They're like, is that hippity hop? That was as cringy as like when Daisy Ridley started rapping on the Tonight Show. Is this some type of underground cult? Because it definitely seems like, I would say 89% of the college is not into what they're doing. Right? I'm not saying they have to, but it seems like this is like some type of underground thing, club that no one knows exists except for a select few. It's just a rule. Besides, you gotta let the crowd judge every time. That's harassment, buddy. Yeah, duh. I need some headphones like that. I need to stop using AirPods. You know they cause cancer. They send, was it uh, positive ions? I think it's negative ions. They send negative ions to your membrane, which is really bad. Why? There's nothing that significant about the end of the Breakfast Club. Wait a second. If you're trying to get her into watching a movie that will keep her entertained from beginning to end, maybe a John Hughes movie, or is it Hughes? Maybe a John Hughes movie isn't necessarily the thing to start with, right? Besides, The Breakfast Club is such a classic that I'm sure she's like, oh, is that movie where it's like blah blah blah? She already has like an expectation of it that is so talked about and it's on this fucking pedestal. So I wouldn't even show her that. If I was to get her into a movie and she says she wants to be entertained with something, one, I'll ask what genre she likes or what type of music does she likes, and you can kind of coincide that with the movie. But for her character now, her personality, I would honestly look at. He's so into it. That's literally me watching a never-ending story. I would have her watch. Something with like electric music and like really catchy tunes and all. You know what I'll have her watch? You know what? Maybe I don't think a drama is for her. The white girl. That's the only funny thing. I could have done that at the calf, but I understand. I mean, you got the room to yourself at the time. What movie would I give her character to watch? Now this is really interesting. I want you all to think about this. For Anna Kendrick's character, for her personality and the way she's kind of like, I guess, scripted, what movie would you give her that she could finish from beginning to end, knowing that she doesn't necessarily finish movies? I would give her something music related, not necessarily a musical, but something about like the music industry per se. Um, I would honestly give her something like Dreamgirls, like the Eddie Murphy movie with Beyonce. Something like that would be cool. Um, how do you know that? Isn't this something you do every year? You know, Einstein says if you keep doing something that's failing, you're literally psychotic. Day of regionals. Yeah, why is she the leader? Is it just because it's her club? That's kind of funny. I'm still thinking about what movie I would give her. I would give her something. I would give her something with an amazing soundtrack, but something very emotional and funny. Maybe. I'm trying to think. I know exactly what I would tell her to watch. And especially with the age that she is now, I would give her the 2007 indie classic Wrist Cutters. Awesome soundtrack. Love the soundtrack. Listen to the soundtrack to this day. Great acting. Great story based on a novel. It's about a guy who just broke up. His girlfriend broke up with him, and he goes through depression, so he kills himself by cutting his wrist. And after he kills himself, he wakes up into a purgatory type world where he's alone with a group of people or a world of people that killed themselves. And it's like he's living a second life, but only in this life it's more depressing. You know, you can't smile, you can't laugh, you can't this and that, and everything looks so gloomy. And the premise of the movie is he finds out that his girlfriend, the woman he still loves, was going through a hard time in life too. And she was feeling really down about his death. So she ended up killing herself too. And now she's in this world. And it's about him finding her so he can be with her. Fantastic film. Fantastic. I'm going to do some type of analysis on it. So what is the difference between this performance and what you did last year? You better hope there's some new judges. Yeah, you guys sound great, but performance-wise, it's kind of bland, right? You know who would beat them in an acapella group? I saw some group on YouTube that was like, they do noises of like just different sounds of just different things in the world. They did a PlayStation, like the PlayStation 2, when it opens its main screen, like they did that and it sounds freaking amazing. They would destroy this group. That's not funny. What is this? I think they sound good, but the performance isn't all that. That's just me. That's just me critiquing it. These jokes are not hitting. These jokes are not hitting. I don't know if it's a culture thing, like a women thing. Like, obviously, I know menstrual cycle. Obviously, it's a women thing, but I don't know if like these jokes are not hitting, and it's blowing my mind. Did they win last year? They never told us. Maybe they just don't win. Maybe they give the other team a hard time because they just place higher than them. it's already way better. It's just a performance too. What? Yeah, I don't know who wrote this. Yeah, who wrote this? Who wrote this movie? Is that a dude who wrote this? K. Cannon. No, it's a woman. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, she's an actress. No, wait, never mind. Oh, she is an actress, but I thought she was like. So she wrote all the Pitch Perfect movies. That's unfortunate. Oh, she is a co-producer of 30 Rock. Interesting. 30 Rock, I thought it was kind of eh. Sometimes I thought it was like, oh, that's kind of funny. But most of the time I was just like, no, thank you. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, this movie was super cheap to make. Well, I can totally understand that. Ooh. That's why there was never a Pitch Perfect 4 and all that. I think the second one made the most money. Oh! Donald Faison! What is going on? Oh my god. What? Why would you assault him? Well, I don't know what the fuck this scene is. Why didn't you run too? Yeah, I wasn't gonna bail you out. I don't know you. We ain't dating. Yeah, that's the funniest part of this movie. Like, why the fuck would I bail you out? That's true. You were not protecting anyone. No one was gonna fight. You assaulted a man. You shouldn't have bailed her out. They need to stop that because that's just not funny. Oh, you didn't know? Look at all the stuff on her side of the room. She looks better as a redhead. I didn't like her as a blonde, and John Tucker Must Die. Day of semifinals. So that's so interesting. I'm sure so this budget of this movie is 17 million, right? So I've worked on shows with like this kind of budget and didn't like, obviously a lot more, but when you have a budget this cheap for a movie, this is clearly kind of like one of those things where they just like, oh, cool, we finally got it made. You were really cool with the cast, so they agreed to it. You kind of had auditions and all this stuff, and you kind of just threw it out there. You threw the movie out there, and it was a hit. Like, it actually made money. Because the movie, what was it? Pitch Perfect 1 made, it made $98 million, right? And in the second movie, now that people know what it is and all of this stuff, and they promote the fuck out of it this time, it made about, what, 200 million? I think, or at least over 100 million this time, way over 100 million. But yeah, once you have a movie and it's kind of like, people weren't kind of like, it's going to do whatever, it's kind of just whatever, and it does really successful, you have like a green light to do like whatever. They shot the homie. Yeah, this movie can go fuck itself. I think the jokes in this movie age poorly. I think it really aged bad. How did it explode? Also, these characters are not really too exciting because they all just fit kind of a trope. Again, because all these characters are obviously because all these characters are pretty much typecasted, which is kind of funny. This is like one big rainbow of typecast actors, but I feel like these characters are pretty boring, and they're just stereotypes. What song is this? Oh, is this Party in the USA? So it's Party in the USA. This song is catchy as hell. So what makes people like this movie? Is it just the catchy tunes, or is it the actual characters to relate to? You go to a fucking gas station. What do you mean? What do you do? Yeah, Rebel Wilson's not funny in this. Wait, you didn't just leave that bus on the side of the road. You have to go get it. I'm I'm just tired of saying these jokes aren't hitting at this point. All right, I got this group winning. I'll be damned if they don't win. Hey, anyone listening, what two songs would you perform, or what song would you perform? What one song would you perform? If you ask me, I would perform an LFO song. Probably. How does that song go? Oh, I love that song. It's like New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick. And I like fly girls when they stop by for the summer. For the summer. Yeah, I would do that. Hell yeah. Oh, man. You see, like, there's certain pop music that I freaking love. But some of the other stuff, I just really can't. Like, it gives me headaches. But, yeah, dude. Oh, man. Dude, talk about, like, really good, like, pop music. That shit, like, really brings joy to the soul. Like early 2000s boy band pop music stuff like that. Yeah, that shit was good. That was pretty good. Pop music today, it's very weird. It's very different. It's very different. They're differently made now because half of the battle is just the beat, right? And the production behind it. It's not necessarily about the vocals and the visuals and things of that nature. Yeah, see, it's just boring. What are you ladies doing? Hey. I still don't understand how she barfed like that in the beginning. She literally must have just ate like seconds after. Like seconds before she performed. What does that have to do with what he just said? You know what this is? You know what this movie is? This movie is Napoleon Dynamite. You're gonna love it or you hate it. Where the fuck did he come from? Yeah. Jesus, are you the writer of this film? Just came out of nowhere. Who's chasing after her? Wait, you work the show? Wait, why do you work the show? Who? What? You know what? I respect that. He's so into it. He auditioned. He didn't get it, but he wants to be around the action. He wants to network. So he worked at the event. I respect that. I used to do that. I used to do that for I remember when I first started trying to get into the industry, I was like, my teacher was like, you just got to meet people. You got to meet people. You got to do this. So I went to a food drive for a company that has like rental film equipment, and they have this food drive every year. So I went to that food drive and obviously, did charitable work and packed up food for homeless people and all that stuff. But I was also there to meet people and connect with people and talk to them about the industry and stuff like that. So yeah, I respect that. Too bad. Why is it that I connect with that little thing that wasn't even mentioned, and I kind of just egg that on? Why do I connect with that a lot more than any of these characters in this movie and whatever this movie is trying to present to me? It's very weird. This is a very weird movie. This movie could have went hit or miss. This movie really could have went hit or miss. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know if this movie would be as successful as it is if it would have came out probably like today or maybe like way in the past. Maybe not in the past, because other movies like Napoleon Dynamite and Girls Trip. What came out first? This or Girls Trip? Or no, I'm sorry, not Girls Trip. Well, also Girls Trip too, but well, I mean, this came out before Girls Trip. What I meant to say is Bridesmaids. Yeah, when did Bridesmaids? When did that movie come out? 2011. Yeah. I'm kind of getting that. I'm kind of getting that vibe. Amber Alert. My phone's on silent. But at least Bridesmaids. I never seen Bridesmaids. I was never interested to see it. Wait, you're not in college? No, you have to be in college to do that? If someone doesn't get that phone, my dog is gonna like completely go off. What happened to her? Why is she in the hospital? What? She's so in denial. Does she even have any friends? Open a door. What the fuck are you mad at her for? You literally creeped on her coming out of nowhere. There is no fighting. Well, there's no tension here. Then what if then what? What? Whatever. What? Nigga, what? 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 Wait, what? Wait a minute. This was nothing. Am I the only person that feels like there was nothing going on there? No chemistry, no emotional moment? What, was I supposed to feel sentimental of her looking at him watching the end of the fucking Breakfast Club? Get the fuck out of here. Okay. It's like 30 minutes left. I was like, someone's phone is going off in another room and it's an Amber Alert. I should probably go get it. What is this? What is this dynamic? The father and the daughter. You touch on it and you go away. So at this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't pertain to the story at all. I don't understand what this movie's trying to do right now. That guy's so funny. Not the guy speaking. He's fucking annoying. That guy speaking. Wait, can he even sing? Wait, I'm so bugged on the shit that this movie is giving me. The father dynamic and then this so-called romance dynamic that's not there. I bet that took a long time. When you're working with animals, it's hit or miss. Which is assess what winning. You have to win to be assessed with it. What is going on? I don't know what's happening anymore with this film. This film has completely jumped the shark. Ugh. What the fuck are they doing? It wasn't a dick move. Someone needed to do it. I don't understand the emotional attachments people could have for this. This is weird. This is such a weird movie. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna go get that. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna wait till the movie's over. Less than 20 minutes. Or wait, no, it's less than 30 minutes. Yeah, the same goes for the audience. I don't know a shit thing about any of you. I also don't know what this film's intentions is. Wait, what makes you think she's a lesbian? Yeah, I don't. This movie is kind of. I don't know. I need to talk to my friend about it tomorrow. Because she really loves this movie. I wish I could have watched it with her. Oh, shocker. If there's any women listening to this, do you trust women that don't have any female friends? That's a legit question. I know a lot of people have. Oh, I thought she said her nose. You mean your tonsils? I mean, the movie's not over yet, but I still prefer Anna Kendrick on Scott Pilgrim. You know who I know probably loves this movie, and I haven't talked to her since high school. Oh, you actually know, I texted her like I think a few years ago, just to randomly ask her a question. I have a friend who I met in drama class in high school who loves musicals. She sings, she acts, she does acting stuff like it's very. I'm pretty sure she loves this movie. I bet. I bet. I wonder if the. I'm gonna look up the soundtrack after this movie because I want to know if it sounds like this or if it sounds a little bit different. Because I'm sure it's like all of them singing still, but it's like sometimes it could be different. It could sound like more I don't know soundtrack like it's actually made in the studio, which I mean it does kind of sound like it, but I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that performance. She's been speaking that tone ever since. What happened to that all black group? Yeah. Favoritism. Cinematic. Cinematic. Systematic racism at its finest. They were literally about to win the whole thing, and someone did some research on them. They're like, you know what? That black group, they're not even. He's not that leader. He's not even old enough. Who gives a shit? Like, why is this limited to age? Why is there an age limit on here? I can see how this movie's so cheap. The locations are like nothing. Locations are nothing. It's mostly indoors and on a sound stage, which is like, come on. Anyone can find a sound stage to shoot on. Fuck out of here. Paul Rudd wannabe. There's nothing there between these two, and I refuse to believe that. Y'all need your leader back. This performance isn't as good as the last times y'all did it. The previous times. Like, what are they doing? Moment of truth. I would imagine these actors are actually singing. I would hope so. I mean, obviously they're all lip singing here, but you know, I would like to believe that's their actual voice. Yeah, it's pop music like this I don't care for. Yeah, they're not winning with this performance. Hell no. No, no, no. This is kind of boring. This is kind of boring, right? I think the music choice that they did is fine. I think it's good for what it is, right? I think their performance is kind of whack, in my opinion. We've seen better. Am I right? We've seen better. So let's hope and maybe that obviously for the movie, maybe they did that for a reason, right? And let's see what the women do. I kind of missed whatever joke they said, but thank God I did. It's freaking TV. These girls could turn me. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand this movie. So are we all in agreement that their performance has to be better? Because it's not like the music and their voice was bad at all. It was always really good. The performance just needs to be better. So far, it's the same. Rebel Wilson's out of sync with that dancing. Look at him. He's like stressing out. You can't tell me that's a thing. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not even going to say anything. I can't say anything. I want to say something. You can't tell me. I feel like they're just acquaintances, right? Their friendship, I feel like they're not even friends like that. Well, okay, clearly they've been working at that radio station for a while, but we haven't seen them kind of like build chemistry at all. we saw like one little scene, and it wasn't even like a montage scene to show like time skip. It's just him being what the film likes to consider goofy, but he's acting so fucking weird. He's acting annoying. I wonder if the people who really like this movie just like the soundtrack and not the movie itself. I wonder if that's the thing. They got the black girl rapping. This movie. I was like, the moment I saw her, like the beginning, I thought they're really making her trying to look like a Fantasia mixed with like a Mary J. Blige type thing. Here's a hot take. Isn't Tiffany Haddish what she is right now, how big she is, acting wise? Isn't she should be what Rebel Wilson should be, right? Because I actually do find Rebel Wilson to be a little bit more funnier than Tiffany Haddish. But Rebel Wilson doesn't make good movies. Neither does Tiffany Haddish, but but I just feel like Tiffany Haddish has done a lot more. Way more. And Tiffany Haddish has got a little bit of the credibility in terms of like stand up and like all that other stuff. I'm not too sold on that performance. I want to see the other people, the other groups. Was it better than the guys? Maybe because they perform longer. So I guess that's against the rules too, huh? It's so weird. No, don't. No, there's not. You two are acquaintances at best. Just stop. Oh my god. Ugh. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And anyone who's out there is talking like, oh, this movie doesn't have to make sense. It's just what it is. Like, okay, I get that. It's something cheap. It's something fun, you know, take your mind off. I get it. I get it. I really get that. I really do. And I hate it. Oh, so that means y'all won? That's it? The movie just ends with that? Okay, clearly they must have fucked up on the reshoots or something. How on earth did you not do like the two groups side to side and the winner is it's the female groups? That's so weird. Why would it end like that? Okay, well, that's the movie, I guess. What a weird ending. Holy crap, that was a weird ending. Ending's almost as random as Brokeback Mountain. That was a weird ending. I'm skipping ahead. There's got to be something at the end credits. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's something coming up. I skipped ahead a little bit. I'm like an hour and 46, 40. Just a little bit of bloopers. That's the movie. Wow, that's the movie. Okay. All right. My honest opinion about Pitch Perfect. I keep wanting to say Picture Perfect. My honest opinion about Pitch Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna be real, which I always am. There's a subconsciously there was a reason why I chose never to watch this movie and never to really give it a chance. So, excuse me. I don't think Scott Pilgrim was. Oh wait, yeah, Scott Pilgrim did come out between it, but I don't think I watched it there. And I'm mentioning Scott Pilgrim because what I'm trying to say is I wasn't an Anna Kendrick fan when this movie came out. So obviously that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to watch it, but her being one of the main focuses. I wasn't a Rebel Wilson fan yet. I wasn't a fan of any of these actors and actresses that are on here. I guess what I'm trying to say is if I wanted to watch something, how can I say this? This movie is like watching, you know, when you watch movies and you see that one actor you kind of always recognize, but you never know their name. You're like, oh, that's what's their face, blah, 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 right? I feel like this movie is like the NBA All-Star selection of actors that are what's their faces. The most popular, it's what's their face, all come together to make a very aged comedy musical that has a good soundtrack. I think the soundtrack for this movie is actually really good, but everything else really kind of falls short. And I understand that it's not supposed to be watched in that regards. And I do feel that this movie was probably an incredible time with friends and whatnot. I'm sure if I had a group of friends, if they would have asked me, hey, we're going to the movies, we're going to go see Pitch Perfect, do you want to come? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm sure hanging with my friends would have brought me to go to the theaters to see this movie. And I'm sure that's what it was for majority of the people who watched this movie. They're just like maybe not necessarily interested in these actors or the story, but we're going out for like a girls' night or, you know, whatever, just to have fun. And, you know, go see it with your lady friend or your guy friend or whatever. And it was a pleasant surprise, right? A pleasant surprise. This movie it just feels like it was written by a friend, and a friend just somehow got approved with the money to make this movie, and with actors who are actually suited for the movie. Again, they all play such typecast in other roles that they can play their own typecast with their own stardom in this movie. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of it's I'm gonna pause the movie. It's just the credits now at this point. I don't know how to explain this movie. So obviously there's a lot of subliminal messages that are going on, a lot of stereotypes that are easily found in all high school films, all college films, that I absolutely hate. I absolutely hate it, and I absolutely think that's what's shaped most adolescents' minds into kind of like what they are today. And I think a lot of people are subconscious about it. So I don't like the jokes. The jokes didn't really stick. I did like the soundtrack, although I'm not going to go out my way to listen to the soundtrack. Again, I really don't know. The jokes weren't funny to me, and I really can't wait to ask my friends who've seen this, because I want to know if it's like a cultural thing, if it's a kind of like a gender thing, if you know what I'm like. I don't know. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of Bridesmaids, like some of the like people are like, oh, this scene's really funny, and I watched it. I'm like, this is not funny. Like, I don't see what's funny about this, and yet all the women love it and all the women laugh at it. So I wonder if it's like a gender thing in, you know, in that regards. But I just don't really, I don't connect with this movie. And that's, I think that's where I'm trying to figure, that's what I'm really trying to figure out about this movie. Who is this movie for, right? I don't necessarily think it's for people in college. I don't think it's necessarily for the people in high school or any type of school or anything like that. I don't think it's for people who necessarily love music, who love soundtracks, who love musicals. I don't think it's for them. I honestly don't. I think this movie's kind of like Taken, that Liam Neeson movie, to the point where it's kind of like this movie got a real crazy buzz just by word of mouth. I believe that a group of friends one day went to go see this movie to have a good time and just shit on it, talk about the movie, and they actually had a blast watching it because of the memories they shared within the theater of seeing it in front of a group of people, a crowd of people, or whatever. And I think the crowd and the experience of being there, you know what it is? And Pitch Perfect. I don't know why this movie's called Pitch Perfect. Is it like your singing pitch, and it's perfect? Whatever. I think kind of like whatever group they had in Pitch Perfect, that little female group. I feel like this movie is for those group of friends who hang out together, and they went to go see this movie and had a blast. Not necessarily with the movie in itself, which I'm sure they probably did, but they had an extremely good time with their company, and the movie just added to that. I think that's what this movie's for, and I think that's who this movie resonated with. And sure, maybe people who do love soundtracks like this, I'm sure, but I mean that's my take on it. I can honestly say I'll never watch this again. I don't think the acting was anything. Oh wait, duh. Okay, so appreciation. I'm supposed to find an appreciation for this movie. Duh. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a lot of things I can appreciate about it. Well, one, all these actors are pretty much typecast, so I'm happy that they have a movie they can all work on. But on a serious note, this movie, I know Universal distributed it, but I'm willing to bet this was probably like made by like an indie company, like an indie film studio or indie film company and whatnot. Because of just a $17 million budget, it is one of those small films. And sometimes small films don't really get noticed. So I always kind of root for, and I'm always appreciative of smaller budgeted films, because it is absolutely incredible what some of these studios and producers and all this stuff can do with 17 million, maybe 15 million, $10 million and make a really good product, right? And obviously you don't even need even that much money to make something good. But what I'm trying to say is this movie, in terms of its quality, the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way it's acted, makeup, wardrobe, soundtrack, produced, directed, all of that. And they were able to do this on such a small budget, to the point where you look at the bigger budgets and they have so much more money in that, and so much more noticeable actors, maybe even so much more better actors. And yet they could still not have the success that Pitch Perfect has done. So I guess what I'm trying to say is my appreciation for Pitch Perfect, the 2012 film, is that this movie kind of made it popular, along with Bridesmaids, of course. But this movie kind of was on it was the catalyst, almost kind of like a pioneer in terms of making movies four women that kind of have like what am I trying to say? Like an entourage group of actors being together, having fun, and making such a lighthearted movie that women can enjoy. And I'm always for that. I will always root for that, and I will always support movies like that. So, I can appreciate it in that regards, because I do think that's important to keep having. I mean, I would have loved if this film was directed by a woman. Just so it probably would have been better if you ask me. Maybe the romance stuff would have been a little bit better, but I just feel that stories by women for women are very important, and clearly this movie resonated with a generation of women, especially young women, at a time in their life where they can look back at the movie and not necessarily enjoy the movie per se, but enjoy the memories they had while watching the movie. So in that regards, I can always appreciate and support a movie like Pitch Perfect. Now, with that said, this movie was totally bonkers. I don't know what the fuck this movie was trying to do. Again, I think this movie's like Napoleon Dynamite. It was like, we're just gonna write this movie. We're just gonna make this movie. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to do with these actors. Let's do it. Let's get it out there. Let's see what it does. And it did something. It really did something. So that's kind of cool when small movies kind of blow up, which is really cool. Which, this was totally like the stepping stone for Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson and whoever else. I don't remember anyone else in this movie. But yeah. Yeah. I guess that's it. I'm gonna leave a long voicemail for my friend right now when I get off to tell her how I felt about this film, because she wants to know. So, Starfighters, that was the full movie podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you give it a thumbs up or share it or do whatever it is that they tell you to do on podcasts to let people know that this is a good show. This is a good podcast or whatever. Leave a review, like it, whatever, or don't do anything. I couldn't care less. As long as you're having fun and you enjoy it, then that's really all I can ask for. So yeah, that was Pitch Perfect. Why do I feel like I'm gonna have to do an episode on Pitch Perfect 2? We're probably gonna watch Pitch Perfect 2. Jesus Christ. All right, Starfighters, that is the Full Movie Podcast, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.